Hello my fellow gamer, it's Griffin here and welcome to chapter 4. To quickly recap, in previous chapters we level up to 35 in about 30 minutes, we picked up great stars and managed to level it up to 15 for now, and along the way we got the lantern, Bloodflame Blade incantation, and we discovered important maps and sites of grace along the way. Also we picked up sacred tears and golden seeds and managed to upgrade our flasks as well. Now we are on our way to pick up Poison Mist incantation that will be quite useful later on in the video. This is a longer video than usual, but will achieve 3 important goals. In the first part of the video we'll get Poison Mist incantation and additional golden seeds and sacred tears in Weeping Peninsula area. Besides that, we'll start Patch's quest line in Limgrave and we'll purchase from him Missionary Cookbook 2 that will give us the recipe for Golden Pickle Fowl Foot, a craftable item that will be useful throughout a game that once used will boost rune acquisition by 30% for 3 minutes. In the second part of the video that starts at minute 12:06, we'll travel to Capital Outskirts to get the Tree Sentinel Armor Set. In the part 3 of the video, which starts at minute 19 and 46 seconds, we'll begin gathering the 12 smithing stones tier 6 we need. Considering we've already collected the 2 smithing stones tier 7 in chapter 1, we'll be able to upgrade great stars to plus 19. Here we'll stop to talk to Irina, a questline that we'll follow and complete in future chapter. From here we'll follow the path and soon we'll discover the next site of grace. If we rest at this side of grace and it's night time, a Knight's Cavalry enemy will spawn. In future chapters, we'll defeat all Knight's Cavalry's enemies as part of this playthrough. We'll pick up the golden seed, and not far away from here there is a shiny scarab that once defeated will give us Poison Mist incantation. This shiny scarab is a bit tricky because as soon as we'll get close we'll teleport away. We'll have to use range attack, and the kukri knives are excellent at that. Great, now that we have Poison Mist incantation, we'll pick up the map and we'll ride past this giant golem archer and soon we'll rest at the next site of grace. We'll return here in a future chapter to continue Irina's questline. Now we'll travel back to Castle Morn Rampart, site of grace. From here I marked the next locations on the map. We'll take a quick detour to get the Faith Knot Crystal Tear, and we can find our way back to the main path, or we can teleport back, and this time we'll travel across the bridge so we can understand a bit better how sections of this region connect. Very soon we'll arrive at Church of Pilgrimage, and we can pick up the sacred tear and discover the Site of Grace. From here we'll travel southwest to discover the next Site of Grace, and on our way we'll quickly stop to pick up some Trina's lilies, and also there is a shiny scarab right at the top of the wall. From here we'll follow the path, and very soon we'll arrive at the 4th Church of Marika to pick up another sacred tear and discover the Site of Grace. Now we'll travel back to Akil Lake North Site of Grace, and we're going to meet Patches, located in Murkwater Cave, not far from here. We are going to follow and complete his quest line in future chapters, but in this video we are going to start his quest line and purchase from him Missionary Cookbook 2, that will give us the recipe for Golden Pickle Fowl Foot. Later on, we're also going to purchase Margit's Shackle, a very useful item in certain boss fights. Before we'll enter the cave, we'll get invaded by Bloody Finger Narius, and as a reward of defeating it, we'll get Reduvia, a fantastic dagger that has blood loss built up natively and attacks very fast. Its Ash of War Reduvia Blood Blade is great at attacking and building up blood loss from mid-range.
I'm your tarnish. You stay the part. Just remember me, you're stay clear, and it's just so. Stay clear.
Once we'll talk to Yura, we'll go back and enter Murkwater Cave. Patches will appear and challenge us once we'll open the chest and pick up the items inside.
Well. Thought you'd just help yourself to a man's personal.
Once his health bar goes below 50%, we'll start asking for mercy and to spare his life.
Demand repentance. Cough up your coin. All of it. Wait, please.
We'll stop, and very soon after, we'll start initiate the dialogue with him, and we'll select Forgive and Forget option.
Well, finally come round.
We'll receive Grovel for Mercy gesture, and we'll exhaust his dialogue.
Reason. True and true.
We'll teleport back to the cave's entrance, and we'll return to Patches. but this time he'll have few items to sell and, as previously mentioned, will purchase Missionary Cookbook too.
Well, nice all a bit and welcome where you won't need them. Yeah, now they're all. I mean, but it hardly. They're all foot work to the bone. Just something, but then again, and beside. Cheers for that.
Now we'll travel to Outer Wall Phantom Tree, Site of Grace, in capital outskirts area, and from here our goal is to reach Oriza Hero's Grave, and once we'll solve a certain puzzle, we'll get the Tree Sentinel Armor Set. On our way, we'll pick up the golden seed, and soon, after we'll pass this boss, disguised as a low-level enemy, we'll discover the next Site of Grace. From here, we'll travel a short distance, and we'll discover the next Site of Grace. At this Site of Grace, we want to use the runes we have to level up, and if we do not have enough runes, to use the ones we have in our inventory. Once we'll reach Oriza Hero's Grave, we are going to solve quite a tricky and challenging puzzle, and is a very good chance for our character to die a few times in the process. Therefore, we want to lose the least amount of rune possible. I forgot to do that, and I still have about 4100 runes that I'm going to lose very soon, as it took me few tries to succeed. On our way, we'll make a quick detour to pick up Winged Crystal Tear, and soon after, Twingy Cracked Tear and Crimson Crystal Tear. And now we are going to Oriza Hero's Grave to get the Tree Sentinel Armor Set, one of the best armor sets in the game. Next section is a bit challenging, fast pace, requires patience, proper timing and a good coordination. As I mentioned earlier, it took me a few tries as well, and that's absolutely okay. It can be frustrating, no doubt, but I know you can do this. You got this. From this Site of Grace, we'll turn right here and we'll keep running. Don't stop when you see the chariot spawning, and run towards the left side and wait for the chariot to pass in this narrow side area. As soon as the chariot passes, sprint towards the 2 stone columns. Next bit is a bit tricky. The window of time is very short and we need to time our sprint correctly. As soon as the chariot in front turns 180 degrees, we start running, as we want to reach the little side area at the top right as fast as we can, like this. From here we turn right, and as soon as the chariot on the left passes, we'll run on that side of the road for a short time, and after the chariot on the right turns, we'll run on the right side. We keep running until we'll reach the next set of stone columns. We can stop here as the 2 chariots cannot reach us. In front of us on the left there is a shiny item next to a corpse. That is a visual indication that exactly at that location we can safely drop onto the ledge below. From here there is no rush. We can take our time and position our character correctly to be able to land on the next ledge. Once we'll defeat this undead enemy, we need to wait for a few seconds because we'll resurrect a second time, but if we'll hit once while in the revival mode, it will be gone for good. Here we'll take the ladder, and very soon after we need to stop to let the chariot pass right after we reach the torch on the left. From here we'll turn left and climb a little bit, and on the right there is a room where we need to hit this stone column once. After that we can let our character die, as we need to go back to the beginning. You've probably noticed that the chariots first spawn in certain golden circle areas. By hitting that stone column earlier, before our character died, we made a column move and one of the golden circle areas change its location. This will make one of the chariots spawn in a different location, causing them to crash into each other and being destroyed in the process. Now we are on our way back, but this time we only need to pass the second chariot. Very soon after, the chariots will crash into each other, and as a reward for solving this puzzle, we'll get the Tree Sentinel Armor Set and Holy Ground Ash of War. We cannot travel to the entrance from here because we didn't defeat the boss of Ori's Hero's Grave yet. Therefore, we need to sprint back to the entrance to be able to exit it. Back at the surface, our goal now is to get 12 smithing stones tier 6. Very close by there is a statue with lights radiating from it. That is a visual indication that there are smithing stones stuck inside the statue. If we'll manage to break the statue, we'll get the smithing stones. However, our character cannot break that statue, but a larger enemy could. It so happens that nearby there is a rune bear. We need to collect the runes, and now we are on our way to collect the next set of smithing stones tier 6. We'll just stop here for a few moments to equip the Tree Sentinel Armor, partially, as we do not have enough endurance yet to fully equip it and still be in medium load. A quick side note, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. It will help the channel a lot and it will be much appreciated. This gaming community is amazing and I cannot wait to share with you future builds and guides like this. Before we'll reach the next site of grace, we'll take a little detour to pick up Great Shield Talisman.
The only takes a month ago now. The reason.
While we're riding to discover the next site of grace, we'll encounter a Tibia Mariner foe. This is an undead enemy that spawns other undead enemies to his aid, and sometimes even giant skeletons that shoot laser beams. We'll avoid it for now, but the giant skeleton it spawned managed to defeat our character right after discovering the site of grace. In future chapters, we'll defeat all Tibia Mariner undead enemies, and as a reward, we'll get a death root from each one. We'll give them to Gurag, an NPC we'll encounter in future chapters, and for following and completing its questline, we'll get few incantations, items, and the last reward will be an ancient dragon smithing stone. From this side of grace, we'll turn left and ride past the lava lake, avoiding the dragon for now, and after we'll pick up these golden runes, we'll go for the next side of grace. We can see here that there is another statue with more smithing stones ready to be collected if we destroy the statue. Luckily, there is another rune bear nearby, and if we'll aggro it towards the statue, we'll do just that. Once we'll discover the site of grace not far away, we'll come back to this location. The rune bear managed to destroy the statue with its powerful roar, and now we can pick up the runes and we'll travel to get the next set of smithing stones tier 6. From here, we'll travel to Sealed Tunnel, a location we'll visited in the last chapter. This time though, we are going to take the lift down and reach the lower levels of the tunnel. After we pass this illusionary wall, we'll briefly notice that there is another statue at the lower level, but that being said, there are several vulgar militiamen enemies that will rush towards our character if we'll jump there straight away. Therefore, a little bit of planning and timing is required. Also, there is an abductor virgin foe, an iron construct, quite a powerful enemy. Our goal is to aggro that enemy to attack our character, and in doing so to hit and destroy the statue with the 3 additional smithing stones trapped inside. We'll dodge its attack right in the last moment to avoid the damage as much as possible. We'll pick up the smithing stones tier 6 and then we'll go straight for the ladder. Once we reach the upper level again, we'll take the lift up and we'll go outside the tunnel to be able to travel to Bridge of Iniquity, Site of Grace, in Mount Gelmir, a Site of Grace we discovered in Chapter 2. So far we've collected 8 smithing stones tier 6. We need 4 more. We'll make sure we'll equip Poisoned Mist incantation we picked up earlier in this chapter, as it will be very useful soon. We'll ride very close to the left side of the road, closer to the mountain, and we'll go straight for the ladder. We'll start climbing as soon as we can, because nearby there are 2 Abductor Virgins enemies, those iron constructs we encountered earlier in the sealed tunnel, and for now we try to avoid them, this being quite a high level area compared to our character's level. Once we'll discover the Site of Grace, we'll pick up some golden runes and the Somber Smithing Stone tier 6. This Somber Smithing Stone tier 6 we don't need for our build, but it is worth knowing its location for future builds. For a unique weapon we only need 1 Somber Smithing Stone of specific tier to level up to the corresponding level. We'll pass these enemies and very soon we'll reach another ladder. Very close by there is a grafted sign enemy similar to the one encountered right at the beginning of the game. We'll avoid it for now, we'll pick up the Scavenger's curved sword and we'll start climbing as soon as we can. Scavenger's curved sword is a fantastic weapon that has blood loss build-up natively. We can only get 1 per playthrough, but can be paired with another curved sword for a very effective jump attack playstyle and can build up blood loss very quickly. It's a very fun and effective playstyle. Once we'll reach the top, we'll ride on Torrent and after a small descent, we'll turn left and cross the bridge to discover the next site of grace. For the next encounter we'll need quite a lot of FP or mana, therefore once we rest at this side of grace we'll need to allocate 6 flasks for life and 4 for mana or FP. We want to make sure that the Poisoned Mist incantation and the Finger Seal are equipped to be able to cast Poison Mist. Now we are going to cheese a very powerful enemy, a full-grown Falling Star Beast that once defeated will drop 5 Smithing Stones tier 6 that we need. It will also drop 1 Somber Smithing Stone tier 6, the Falling Star Beast Jaw weapon and 21,000 runes. We want the Smithing Stones tier 6, the rest is a nice bonus. That is a full-grown Falling Star Beast, a very powerful enemy. We'll dismount from Torrent and will crouch to sneak closer to the big foe. If it would detect our character, we'll go back to the site of grace, rest and try again. When our character is very close, we cast Poison Mist once. After a few seconds, the poison status effect triggers and starts to do damage over time in very small amounts, very slowly. As mentioned in chapter 1, poison status effects cannot stack. Therefore, we need to wait for the poison to finalize its duration and only then reapply it. If we keep spamming Poison Mist, we are going to waste FP for nothing because, as previously mentioned, it wouldn't add more poison damage. Once the damage values are around 1440, the poison effect stops and we'll need to reapply it. It is a slow, lengthy process, I know, and if we look at its life bar, it's going down very slowly, but eventually we'll get there and we'll be able to get all smithing stones required to upgrade Great Stars to plus 19. Also, we need to keep an eye on our character's FP bar to make sure we replenish it when needed. I skipped right towards the end, and once the Falling Star Beast is defeated, we finally get all the smithing stones needed to upgrade our Great Star weapon. From here, we'll go and discover the next site of grace in Volcano Manor for easier access in future chapters. We'll pick up the golden seed along the way, past these enemies, and we'll go straight for the site of grace. Once we'll go upstairs, we'll get another smithing stone tier 6 and we'll get invaded by Inquisitor Giza. Once we'll defeat it, we'll get Giza's Wheel, quite a powerful colossal weapon with native blood loss buildup and a very strong Ash of War in Spinning Wheel. Now we are going to go outside the manor to get the map of the area and to discover the next site of grace. Here we need to be swift because there is a finger creeper enemy nearby. As soon as we pick up the map, we go straight for the site of grace. Now let's go back to Round Table Hold to proceed with the upgrades.
Well, I took you no matter. Lay out your own.
Excellent. Our great start is now plus 19. We managed to do that in 3 hours and 12 minutes. That includes getting the Tree Sentinel Armor Set and other very important items. Fantastic.
And if there's, well, I certain Roderica.
Back already, no matter. I suppose she has it, so I told her. I'm indebted to. It was all I could. I'm sorry.
Now, with the runes we gained, we'll upgrade our character to plus 38 by allocating 2 more points into endurance. I forgot to sell the golden runes while we were still at the Round Table Hold, and now I just need to use each stack of runes at a time. As mentioned in previous chapters, if we'll sell the golden runes we have in our inventory, we'll get the respective amount without the need of using each stack at a time. Now we can upgrade to plus 40 and we'll allocate 1 more point into endurance and another one into strength. Great. From here we'll discover a few more sites of grace and the map of Liurnia of the Lakes West, and very soon after in Caelid, where we'll also start Millicent questline. Millicent is a very important NPC. We'll follow and complete Millicent questline in this playthrough in future chapters, so stay tuned for that as well. Right in front there are some angry jellyfish that got Jellyfish Shield, a very good shield for a mage or wizard character. From here we'll go past the caravan and soon after we'll discover the next site of grace. Very close by there is the map of the area, Liurnia West, and once we'll pick it up, we'll go straight for the next site of grace. We'll go past this illusionary wall and the Site of Grace is very close by. Once we'll discover it, we'll talk to E.G., an NPC that is part of Ronnie's quest line that sells unlimited Samba Smithing Stones tier 1 and 2 and limited amount of Samba Smithing Stone 3 and 4 required to upgrade unique or legendary weapons. From here we'll travel to Dragon Barrow West, Site of Grace, to discover additional sites of grace in Caelid and also to get the map of the area. In close proximity of this Site of Grace there is a stationary cart that has powerful enemies nearby. The cart has a very important chest where we'll find the Greatsword. We can crouch and sneak in to pick up this fantastic and very powerful colossal weapon that we'll use in our build in future chapters. Great, from here we'll ride following the path and discover additional sites of grace and the map of the area. Close by there is a dragon that we'll fight in future chapters, but we'll avoid it for now and we'll pick up the map and very soon discover the next Site of Grace. Looking at the map, we have discovered all the regions as we have decided to do so in chapter 1. From here we'll travel to Fort Faroth, Site of Grace. We'll take the Spirit Spring down and we'll travel to Church of the Plague, where we'll meet Millicent to be able to start her quest line. In the next chapter we'll go back to Limgrave and crush the main boss of the area, and we'll continue our journey from there in future chapters. Now the real challenge begins. To defeat the Shardbearer bosses and other very powerful foes in Elden Ring and Shadow of the Erdtree. But now, with all the upgrades and items we got along the way, we are better prepared to start and face these challenges. We achieved our goals we set up in chapter 1 in 3 hours and 28 minutes. I hope you enjoyed this video and will join us for future chapters as well. If you enjoyed it and found it useful, feel free to give it a like and please subscribe. It will help the channel a lot and would be much appreciated. Thank you so much for watching. All the best. Bye.